Namaste, everybody. We are now in the 34th part of the Mahabharata series, in which I am going to give you the scientific evidence for the comet that was recorded by sage Vyāsa in the Mahabharata. So, this comet, what I am showing here is Comet Atlas. It was sighted in the year 2020. And what happened? This came near the sun and then went back. But when it went back so far away, nearly 91 million miles away from the sun, it just broke into pieces and then disintegrated like this. This was captured by the Hubble telescope over 3 days, and this has stunned the astronomers because the comet has no way to disintegrate like this at such a faraway place where there is no impact on it. Whereas only when it is going round the sun, that is when it is in the perihelion of the sun, there is a high chance of that comet or any object getting broken into pieces by the impact of the sun. But it did not happen, but it went away. So when they analyzed that the particular one that captured by the Hubble telescope, they came to know that that disintegrated comet Atlas came from a parent comet which broke near the sun 5,000 years ago. Remember, Mahabharata also happened 5,000 years ago. And this was reported in the NASA magazine, saying that Comet Atlas may have been a blast from the past. It said, however, this nameless space visitor is not recorded in any known historical account. We differ from that opinion. They are not aware of Mahabharata, for that matter. Even the Mahabharata researchers are not aware of the cometary hit. They are just confined to their astronomy simulator, which will not show you the breaking of a comet. For that, you have to understand the verses, interpret the verses, understand the nimittas, which are all about a comet or an asteroid just breaking into pieces and then attacking or hitting the earth and the moon together. So this historical account is in the Mahabharata. It is the world's earliest historical account of a sighting of the comet, and also the breaking away of the comet and then attacking the earth. And the article further says that this ancient visitor came 5,000 years ago near the sun. And what happened? Because of the impact of the sun, it broke into two pieces, major two pieces. When it just went round the sun, within the orbit of Mercury, it broke. And but both of the pieces managed to go out because of the speed and the impact. They managed to go out of the solar system, but to come back again. One of the pieces came back in 1844 on the same path. Another one came in 2019 and 20, and that piece only got disintegrated, and from that they were able to identify the parent comet which came some 5,000 years ago. So it is suspected, that article says, about 5,000 years ago a comet swept within 23 million miles of the sun, closer than the innermost planet Mercury. The comet might have been a spectacular sight to the civilizations across Eurasia, which includes India also and North Africa at the end of the Stone Age. So the Indians had seen it. Vyāsa and Karna has seen it. They have recorded it in the Mahabharata. We have the record of it. We also have the record of what happened to the different pieces of that comet. They all landed in on the earth and on the moon. So when a comet is breaking, it will not break exactly into two pieces. Though it broke, that is the eye of the comet. The nucleus of the comet just got separated into two different entities. But there could have been several fragments which were just blasted off in different directions, and they had landed on the earth. That's what we understand from the Mahabharata account. And this is the article, the research article by Guangzi A, which you can find across the social media. This is available for everybody to read. It's there for free download. And I contacted this corresponding author to know more about the comet, and I told him about the Mahabharata event, and he was very excited to know, but he was not in a position to confirm because the evidence is not there in the space. But the evidence is there in Mahabharata and also on the earth and also on the moon, and the way the Tithi has changed. The Amavasya falling on Triyodasi. So you can imagine the kind of impact those fragments, it's just not just some visitor. It is some because something had broken into pieces. You can imagine the velocity of the fragments rushing towards the Earth and the Moon, and they have hit the Moon. There is a precedence for this. Here is an asteroid that I am showing, which has already been identified by the astronomers and scientists. It was known as, it was quick nicknamed as quasi-moon, and Kamoleva is it's known as it's known by that name. It's a fragment that blasted off from the moon's crater, and here it was from here. It is known as Bruno, and that is there are several craters on the moon's surface. You can see all of them have been made by some impact. Because of the impact, depending upon the force of the impact, the lunar moon, that is lunar rocks, will just thrown out into space. Many of them will fall on the Earth, moon surface itself, and some of them may escape. And one such material that escaped from the moon's gravity was this asteroid, so which was identified by the astronomers or scientists. So we have a precedence. The second one is about the second moon. This one was that came near the Earth in the year 2024 and 25. In the beginning of 25, it just came near the Earth, and it was just circulating the Earth near orbit, and it was found out to be one. Immediately all the scientists started focusing on that, and they found out that it came from the lunar highlands, which we already discussed in part 25. The highlands region is where Vyāsa and Karna had seen a mark, Somasya Lakshma Vyavratam, that is the moon's mark has shifted, is changed on the highlands space, and the Apollo 14 probe had brought lunar rocks from that place, and it matched. That is this particular asteroid. Initially, it was thought to be an asteroid, and then later it was found to be a lunar rock. A lunar rock which was circulating the Earth like another moon, and it just goes in a different orbit and then comes back. It will be coming near the Earth in a few decades, and it was found out that it is of recent origin. That is, it's not a very old one. Very few thousand years ago only it would have been ejected out of the lunar surface. So like those, there are several other rocks in the near Earth orbit. Most of them are identified to be from lunar surface. And in the coming years, we'll be getting more information about it. And actually, they form what is called the Arjuna belt. So it's very much likely that the Mahabharata period, the comet, which broke and then whose fragments had fallen on the Earth and on the Moon, were just left going around the Earth like this. And some of them have come from the lunar surface because of the impact on the lunar surface. See, this is the evidence for the simultaneous hit on the Earth and the Moon, which is told in the Mahabharata. I am showing you how it happened by using an illustration. The red line is the ecliptic, where the Earth is moving, and the blue line is the orbit of the Moon. On that particular, the sun was somewhere here because the hit had happened on the Pushya day. Hit had happened during the evening time, twilight time only. So when the moon was crossing Pushya, the fragments of the comet have simultaneously fallen on the moon and also on the Earth on the twilight zone of the Earth. And that's why Vyasa and Karna were able to see that. And also you see it had come from the southwest direction. And as per the research article also, after the comet had gone around the sun, it just went downward, which means southern part. In the space I have already told, when you compare the space above the ecliptic, that is north, below the ecliptic is south. So it had gone below the thing. Probably our Earth and the moon happened to come that's across their way, and they just hit against the Earth. That is how it had happened over 9 days. From the day that Krishna started from Upaplavya to Hastinapura for the peace mission, from that day it started. But the main impact was on the Pushya day when it hit the moon also, and the moon ejecta had been going around our Earth, it seems. The evidence is in the second moon. So this is such a very important scientific thing which is recorded in our text, which is the earliest documentation and also a very eyewitness account, we can say. Unfortunately, none in the world had known it. I have told the Queen Z about it. I don't know whether they will be taking up forward, but in the coming days, as we come to know of more of such lunar rocks of recent origin, this theory will get some fillip. But our Mahabharata researchers, they're totally oblivious of that. Even after coming to know of the importance of this or the information about this told by me, they don't want to. They just give a what shall I say? They ignore it. They want to ignore it because all they can see is what can be seen in the astronomy simulator. This blast you cannot see in the astronomy simulator. You have to understand from the verses and the nearly 100 nimittas. These are given as nimittas by Vyāsa. By understanding them, only you are able to do that. And we have the evidence now. And there are other evidences also, which I am going to tell you in the coming parts. And this being a very important evidence for the comet hit in the Mahabharata, I request you all to please share it through WhatsApp or your other means or through Facebook to all your friends. Thank you very much.